Simone Heradien, and this is a day in my life. You know, who am I? Sometimes I don't even know myself, but I think I love life. I grab the bull by the horns. I think that we must live every single day as if it's the last one on earth, because you only get one life to live, and even if you believe in reincarnation, it's still only one life. So I like to have fun. I love the arts, obviously. I love theatre, art and culture. I love cinema. I love parties. I love clubbing. Clubbing, now that's the thing, you know, if you want to date me, take me to the club. You will get a lot of action on the bar counter. And we shouldn't be afraid to dance on the bar counter. Sometimes I just don't understand why especially South Africans are so reticent not to be themselves, because I always harp on the Constitution. We've got freedom of expression, we've got freedom of thought and belief, and freedom of speech. We've got the ANC, we've got the DA, we've got the EFF, we've got the Freedom Fund Plus and the WW minuses and everything. And I think that that is great that we've got to a position where we have a government of national unity, because I think that will also project the rights of LGBTIQ persons, of transgender persons, of the aged, of the disability, more so that everybody listens to everybody. Oh yes, sorry, we have to have with the chief work now. Thank you very much for this.
I'm not offering you biscuits. So
no, it's fine. All the time. No, obviously, we have to keep people accountable.
I think one of the biggest challenges in where we've gone, I think slightly awry.
Don't do that.
No.
I'm sure that's Helen Ziller's voice.
Sounds like
I was born in the previous century, so I'm giving my age away. When I went through my gender reassignments process it was about the same time as the Reconstruction and Development Program, which was in 1994. So I call myself that I've been reconstructed and developed as well. And at that time, there were actually no laws to change one's gender ID on one's identity document or passport or any other papers. And then I realized that one cannot live incongruent to what the gender one has been reassigned to, or the gender that one is being surgeried on, to be in the body that you were supposed to have been born in. And then I took it upon myself, I think it was about 1994, 1995, when I wanted to change my ID and my passport, and obviously the laws didn't exist. And I thought to myself, well, hell no, I'm just gonna take the bull by the horns. And at that time, South Africa was transitioning into democracy, and we had an Attorney General at the time, which is similar to what the United States has. And I went to the Attorney General and I said to him, look at me, look at my ID documents. You can see it's incongruent. You've got to do something about this. And then he phoned up the director of Home Affairs. I think it was called the Department of Internal Affairs at the time, because I don't think the department had changed names yet. He obviously sent the official documentation to the department, to the Director General of the Department of Internal Affairs, as it was called. Now it's called Home Affairs. And I think it was probably it didn't even take long, probably about 2 weeks later, I was called in by the Attorney General, and he sat me down and he said to me, here's your new documentation and here's your new ID. So technically I was the first transgender woman after democracy, and even before that, when the law was in a state of flux, to have my identity document and my passport changed as well to say female. And I actually got a new ID number, because I'm sure a lot of people know that the first 4 digits after one's date of birth, I think 4,000 till 4,999 is female, and then 5,000 till 999 is male. And when I saw my ID and it was over less than 4,000, 4,999, I knew, okay, that's done and dusted. But obviously it's also not just about myself, it's also about the other transgender people out there who are face the struggles and the consequences of being discriminated against. So fantastically, our constitution in South Africa prohibits discrimination on the basis of sexuality and on the basis of gender. There's something that needs to change in our constitution. It needs to be extended to actually no discrimination on gender identity, and that still needs to be looked at. So in 2003, the Department of, I think then it was called Home Affairs already, the Department of Home Affairs were sending out calls to look at what was then the Alteration of Sex Description Bill of 2003. And then at that time, I was also part of the Triangle Project and the Gay and Lesbian Alliance and those networks. And we went to the Portfolio Committee of Home Affairs, and it was then assented by President Thabo Mbeki in 2004, but it's in 2004. And technically, we were the very first country in the world to have an Alteration of Sex Description Act that allows a transgender person to legally change their identity document as well as their passports to the gender that they are without surgery, but obviously with medical support. And why did we insist that the Act actually utilizes that or looks at it in this way? Because gender affirming care is not easy in most countries. It's not easily accessible. It is frightfully expensive. A lot of countries, the state actually pays. And in South Africa at that time, the state also did pay. I had my surgery done at Groote Schuur Hospital. So thanks to they did an amazing job. And we're living in a country where we almost up to 80% of our population are lower income groups and middle class. And if you look at a transgender person in Lusikisiki in the Eastern Cape or in Koekenaap in up north, they don't have the access to transgender affirming clinics, to transgender care, to transgender operations, and they don't have the funds as well or the money as well. And this is why, and sometimes you cannot do surgery because of health reasons. If you are type 1A diabetic, or if you've got heart problems, surgery is actually a transgender realignment surgery is just as serious as what it can be for open heart or to have a transplant, because anything can go wrong on the operating table. So this is the reason why countries like South Africa, the UK, and I speak under correction, I think Argentina have similar laws in that you can change your ID document without having full gender reassignment surgery. So that is what, and also because I was obviously a child of I looked the other day and I'm actually a baby boomer. I was hoping that I'm a Generation X. So I'm totally giving away my age there. But when I grew up in the 80s, especially in the 80s when I was unemployed for such a long time. And basically I was unemployed because I presented myself as a female and my documentation said male at the time, and prospective employers was like, how are we going to explain this? And my very first job that I got at the Department of Health, that was in 1991, accepted me to come and work. At that time I didn't have surgery, but accepted me to come and work as a female and dressed in a female. And this is what put my impetus to see that we've got transgender rights in South Africa. And as an activist, transgender rights is human rights. I don't think we should separate it and put it into little compartments of transgender rights, gay rights, elderly rights, persons with disability rights. But human rights as enshrined in our constitution and in chapter 2 of the basic human rights that we have in chapter 2 of the constitution should apply to all. I think that's more than enough coffee. I think life is there to live. Don't be so serious. Live it.